Kevin and I met in our late teens and were friends for years before we started dating. Kevin's daughter, Mackenzie, was 3 when we started our relationship. Our first years were exciting and full of adventure. Much of our time was spent with our house full of dogs, breeding, training, and rescuing working dogs, and taking care of our mini farm. We got engaged in the fall of 2013 at our favorite place in Clarksville, New Hampshire. Our life was spent outside as much as possible. We had 4-wheeler dates, fished, swam, hunted. Every minute we could spend on an adventure, we did. We got married in July of 2014 at Beaverbrook Falls in Colebrook with our closest friends and family, and then honeymooned in Clarksville for 2 weeks where we spent our time hiking in the North Country with our dogs. We announced we were expecting in the fall of 2014 and welcomed Bradley into our lives in May of 2015. This never slowed down our need for adventure in the outdoors, and we spent our weekends at Kevin's watercross racing, supporting his passion as a family. When we weren't at races, we were focused on family and our little farm and raising our kids outside as much as possible. Winters were spent ice fishing with family, and the rest of the year we hiked and explored and spent time together. We taught our kids about foraging wild foods, how to garden, and humanely raise animals for food. Then in July of 2019, unbeknownst to us, we spent our last adventure as a, quote, normal family at a random spring-fed river we found in Ospey, New Hampshire. The next weekend at Kenzie's 10th birthday party, our entire lives changed. Kevin dove into the pool at the party and broke his neck. He was flown by helicopter from Raymond, New Hampshire to Beth Israel Deaconess Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts, where he underwent surgery to stabilize his spine. I was told he would never breathe on his own or move his arms and legs. Kevin remained in critical condition for a while with back-to-back pneumonias that left him fighting for his life. Things finally started to improve, and we found Kevin could move his arms but had no hand function. We also found out he would be able to breathe on his own but would have to remain trached for a bit longer while he weaned off the ventilator. He transferred to Spalding Rehab in Charlestown, where he spent the next 2 months working on his strength and skills. I found amazing support through the WAGs of SCI Facebook page during this time. All the while, our apartment was being modified to fit our new life. Walls were torn out and the bathroom remodeled, and a deck was built for our donated handicap lift. When Kevin was finally discharged from the hospital, our apartment wasn't quite ready, so in our adventurous fashion, we headed north from Boston, past our apartment and into the White Mountains of New Hampshire, where we rented a hotel room for the first few days. We never let the fact Kevin was in a wheelchair stop us from our lifestyle and climbed Mount Washington, then headed up to the Basin and Old Man of the Mountain in Franconia Notch. It was bitter cold and rainy, but we made the best of it before heading home. Back home, we continued our adventures when we could and started to get more comfortable with our new normal. Life certainly wasn't easy and still isn't, but our thirst for travel and adventure still remains strong. Kevin underwent a nerve transfer surgery to help him regain some function in his right arm and hand.
Yeah.
Then COVID hit and we switched to remote school for the kids, but we still did our best to adventure safely and get out when we could. In July, our handicap lift broke midway up and Fred's had to come help Kevin get inside. We had friends and family try to fix the lift and a company even came out, but the lift was a goner and we spent weeks having to hand crank Kevin up whenever we wanted to go out. We had a bountiful harvest from our little city garden.
Say hi. Hi. Bye. Oh, so wanna go swim?
Then Olive entered our lives. Our amazing landlord had a litter of golden retriever puppies, and though we were not planning on getting a dog, we went to visit the pups and she just chose Kevin. We decided to take her home and are currently training her to be Kevin's service dog. We fell in love with the van life and schoolie world and finally purchased our own 2006 International school bus that we'll be converting to travel in as a family. Make sure to like and subscribe to our page, as we will be documenting the whole process of converting our bus and then our adventures in it as a family. Thanks for watching.